My name is Nurul Imamiti Hamzah, matric number A180911. Today I will be talking about the use and application of paper in Malaysia. There are three main subsectors in Malaysia. The first one is pulp. The example of pulp is molten pulp. Well, you might not exactly familiar with the word molten pulp, but it is familiar in your household. Your egg carton is molten pulp. The beverage trays that they give you at fast food restaurant is molten pulp. Not only the molten pulp is a packaging material, it is also a protective material. Like if you buy electrical stuff, there will be an internal packaging in it to secure your electrical products in it. That is molten pulp. Molten pulp is a cheaper option compared to other packaging materials, and it is sustainable material since it is made of recycled material and it is also recyclable. The second main subsector is paper product. Well, this is what we're familiar because we use it in our daily basis, like toilet paper, kitchen napkins, kitchen towel, burger wrappers. The production of paper is dominated by packaging paper activities like craft paper, test liners, boxes that we receive from Shopee every day. The last main subsector in Malaysia is printing and publishing, like book, novel, newspaper and poster. In 2009, Malaysia consumed about 380,000 tons of writing and printing paper. 230,000 are imported, including from Indonesia and Thailand. But these days, printing and publishing sectors are facing problems due to the advance of technologies. People wouldn't buy newspapers to get the news, to read news, while they can read news from the internet for free. And people these days are more likely to read e-books rather than physical books because of zero waste management.
For the number of paper wastes, the papers equivalent to 1 million trees are wasted around the world for each year. And particularly in Malaysia, we waste about 57,000 papers, which is equivalent to 680 trees per year. For the recycling method, first process was sorting. Paper is taken from the recycling bin and sorted from the other wastes. Secondly, transportation. The papers are taken to the warehouse or recycling station where the papers are graded. Thirdly, the papers are soaked into soap water to remove inks, glues and paper film from the paper, and it's also later put into a large holder with the water to make a slurry. Fourthly, by adding different materials to this slurry, new paper products can be made, for example cardboard and newsprints. The slurry is produced into large rollers, which is later into large tins. Finally, the paper is left to dry and then ready to send back to the next use.
There are three challenges for recycling paper. First, contamination. Contamination in paper recycling is a serious issue with the negative effects ranging from the strictly financial to the health and safety of industry workers. This can refer to the soiling of paper with food, grease, chemicals or other noxious compounds. It is occur when materials are sorted into the wrong recycling bin. For example, placing a glass bottle into a mixed paper recycling bin, or when materials are not properly cleaned, such as food residue remains on a plastic materials. Inappropriate materials mixed in with recyclable paper can be categorized into two types: outthrows or prohibitive materials. Outthrows are materials that need to be thrown out during the recycling process, while prohibitive materials are things which make the paper unusable. If the levels of outthrows or prohibitive materials exceed those specified in the grade definition, the paper is no longer acceptable as that particular grade. In extreme cases, the paper may become worthless and suitable only for disposal. The second challenge is sorting. Waste paper sorting systems are classified as either manual or automated systems. In Malaysia, waste papers are sorted into different grades using a manual sorting systems. Manual paper sorting faces several major problems. First, it is a labor-intensive industry that incurs a relatively high processing cost. Second, the process has inconsistent end product quality. Third, specific skills and commitment are essential for efficient sorting. In addition, laborers working at manual sorting facilities are exposed to microorganisms, organic dust, and fungi which can cause severe infections. The third challenge is fiber degradation. Size and strength of paper fibers decrease during the manufacturing process. They degrade further with each round of recycling. Paper is a multi-component material, and because of its complex and varied nature, research findings in paper can be difficult to interpret. Deterioration of paper is caused by many factors such as acid hydrolysis, oxidative agents, air pollution, light, and the presence of microorganisms. In addition, paper can usually be recycled up to 8 times.
Thank you guys, my name is Adalah and now I'm gonna explain about the recycling process. Step 1. Collection and transportation. The paper that placed in the bin will be collected by workers and taken to a recycling center. Next step is sorting. The paper will be sorted into different grades. For instance, cardboard, newspaper, and copy paper. Step 3. Shredding and pulping. After the material is finally shredded into bits, it is mixed with water and chemical to break down the paper fiber material. Then, the paper will undergo a heating process that turns it into pulp. Step 4. Screening. The pulp gets pushed into screen with paste and hole of different shape and size. The end of the process, it is for to remove contamination from the pulp. Step 5. De-inking. Here is to ensure all the printing ink, adhesive, and glue within the paper removed. And the last step is rolling. Heated metal rollers dry the fibers and it is placed into large rolls which can be made into new paper. That's all how the paper will recycle. Thank you.
Now that you know about paper recycling, you might be wondering what you stand to gain. Well, the fact is that various benefits come with it. Yes, the process appears to be stressful, but once it is done, you get to derive some benefits and even more benefit the world. Without wasting any time, here are 6 benefits of paper recycling. Firstly, it saves energy. The process of paper production from scratch consumes loads of energy. However, this isn't the case when it comes to recycling paper. In fact, recycling paper allows you to save about 70% of energy. So, if you are still wondering why you should recycle, it is simple: less energy consumption. Next, it reduces pollution. If anything, you should know paper recycling is excellent because it is an environmentally friendly option. When you decide to recycle paper, you avoid dumping paper. Usually, when you dump paper, they end up as landfills. In turn, these landfills pollute the air with the production of various toxic gas. So, it is simple. By deciding to recycle, you save the world from landfill pollution. Third, it reduces greenhouse emissions. Even more, you reduce greenhouse emissions, another form of pollution, when you recycle. This is because a considerable amount of energy goes into paper production, and this process is prone to increasing greenhouse emissions. On the other hand, recycling takes less energy. In turn, this ensures there are less methane and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. More, in case you think this doesn't benefit, it allows you to breathe better. Next, it saves costs. The entire process of cutting trees is mostly tedious for paper manufacturers. There's the high cost of machineries involved. There's even the cost of labor involved. Well, with recycling, they can avoid this and save costs. Also, as you already know, recycling consumes less energy. And since power requires cost, less energy means less cost. Again, in case you ask, how do I benefit as a consumer? These allow you to get paper at a cheaper rate. Fifth, it creates jobs and improves the economy. Through paper recycling, more jobs get created for people. Through job creation, the economy experiences vast improvement as the manufacturing sector takes flight. In turn, growth occurs in various other industries. Lastly, it improves the standard of living. With recycled paper in use, you don't have to worry about the smells of landfills or water pollutions. This is because paper recycling helps reduce the emissions of gas by about 74%. It also avoids water polluting emissions by about 35%. In turn, you live healthier. Even more, as it provides a job and represents a source of income, you gain it both ends. So in conclusions, you can see that the idea of paper recycling doesn't sound ridiculous at all. In fact, it comes with loads of cool benefits. So, the next time you want to dispose of all newspaper and books in your house, think hard about the numerous environmental gains you are discarding. Then do the right thing and recycle them. That is all from us. Thank you.